Chapter 15. You can't have it, you destroy it. When Hiroshi saw that post 3 days ago, he didn't pay it much mind, merely attributing it to some people's curiosity. But now, seeing the flood of missing persons posts, Hiroshi finally confirmed that someone was after him with a vengeance. Though he didn't know the identity of the person, it definitely wasn't someone official. Otherwise, they wouldn't resort to such rewards for finding him. And once it involved civilians, Hiroshi doubted the intentions. After all, he always believed in the saying, when someone is willing to pay a huge reward for certain information, that information must bring them even greater benefits. In this chaotic world, Hiroshi couldn't risk his and Kiko's lives to test whether the intentions were good or bad. He glanced at the posts, finding that most of the replies were from curious netizens who couldn't provide accurate information. Seeing this, Hiroshi breathed a sigh of relief. In times of chaos like now, everyone was struggling for their survival, with no energy to spare for a vague post on an online forum. And since the apocalypse, the internet police responsible for the forum's security seemed to be offline again. Whether it was due to a shortage of manpower among the military and police, who were deployed to maintain order offline, or Hiroshi didn't dwell on it. This is indeed a trouble. I need to find a solution quickly, otherwise, I won't be able to relax. Hiroshi looked at the names of the missing persons posts, silent for a long time, feeling that it was better to take the initiative than to sit back and wait. He decided to reveal the true face of the other party before they discovered his identity. That way, he would be in the dark and the other party in the light. The next day, Hiroshi was still busy all day. By the time he finished his nightly patrol routine and prepared for bed, it was around 1 in the morning. After arranging for the guards to patrol, he lay down on his bed and quickly fell asleep. It was unclear how much time had passed when he was suddenly awakened by a shrill alarm. Warning! Intruders detected. There are 7 intruders, all male, armed with iron knives, clubs, and hammers. Threat level 19. The intruders have started damaging the perimeter wall and iron gate. Should we counterattack? Hiroshi jumped out of bed, his eyes bloodshot as he stared at the image transmitted by the automatic patrol guard that popped up in front of him. 7 burly men, armed with various weapons, were ruthlessly smashing the farm's iron gate. Some were trying to climb the perimeter wall to climb over. Several medium-sized cargo trucks were parked in the distance, with 2 figures standing next to the lead truck. Hiroshi squinted, carefully identifying them for a moment. His anger surged instantly. He recognized one of the figures. It was damn Momo. Hiroshi's expression remained unchanged, but his pupils slightly narrowed. But don't think his emotions were not stirred. In fact, this was the manifestation of his extreme anger. 2 days ago, Momo called wanting to buy food and was refused, resulting in a complete break with Hiroshi. And 2 days later, in the dead of night, 7 or 8 burly men attempted to break open the farm's gate. Momo and a man were standing in the distance, quietly watching. Do you need to think carefully about the story behind this? Momo, you're really damn ruthless. Hiroshi jumped out of bed and threw on a cotton coat, while simultaneously issuing orders to all the vigilant warriors on the farm. Gather at the gate. Buzz, buzz, buzz. In an instant, dozens of hummingbird-level vigilant warriors and the hound-level ones rushed at lightning speed. As Hiroshi reached the gate, 2 men had already climbed onto the wall and were about to jump down. Momo, your information better be correct. Does this Hiroshi really have food? Beside the car, Alex frowned and asked, I spent a lot of money hiring these people. If we leave empty-handed, we'll be at a loss. You can rest assured, this farm has a large warehouse. I was here a few days ago and saw with my own eyes that there's plenty of food stored inside. It can definitely fill several big trucks. Momo whispered, Good. If this plan goes smoothly, not only won't we have to worry about food, we'll also make a fortune. Alex grinned. Momo narrowed her eyes, skillfully concealing the disgust in her eyes. The man standing beside her was the vice president of her former company, more than 10 years older than her and downright ugly, compared to Hiroshi. But he was rich and had status. The day she broke up with Hiroshi and threw herself into the arms of this man, she thought she could have a good life by letting go of her pride. But unexpectedly, the sudden change plunged her from heaven to hell. After the apocalypse, the price of food skyrocketed. The once ugly duckling Hiroshi had become a swan overnight, making Momo's heart ache with regret. Just 2 days ago, Hiroshi's harsh words stabbed her pride, making it impossible for her to swallow her pride and go back to reconcile with him. So, she had Alex team up with some people and prepare to forcibly attack the farm at night, to snatch away Hiroshi's food. If the robbery plan didn't go smoothly, she had a backup plan. That was to burn down the warehouse. If you can't have it, destroy it. This is women. This is the most malicious revenge in a woman's heart. Second, third. Hurry up, Alex urged. Don't rush. This wall is too high. I'm still looking for a place to jump down. The 2 men sitting on the wall grumbled discontentedly. They sat on the dark wall, glancing at the farm. Intruders have entered the automatic counterattack range. Annihilation will commence. Suddenly, under the dark base of the wall, a pair of eerie blue eyes appeared, emitting a cold gleam that stared deadly at them. At the same time, a mechanical-like voice sounded. Damn it! What the hell is this? The 2 burly men roared angrily in unison. Then, there was a flash of fire.
Bang! Bang!
2 muffled gunshots rang out. The air was filled with the smell of gunpowder. The bodies of the 2 men sitting on the wall stiffened, then fell straight down outside the wall.
I'm screwed.
Am I dead? Where's my head? Is Second's head smashed? Damn it, Alex. This kid has guns on the farm. I'll curse your ancestors for 8 generations. There was a desperate scream outside the iron gate. Hiroshi stood in the darkness, watching this scene coldly. He had had the opportunity to stop the hound-level killing earlier, but he didn't. The people in front of him were armed with various weapons and intended to break into the farm. If it weren't for the wall blocking them, he and Kiko might have died in the hands of these thugs today. In the apocalypse, Hiroshi never minded assuming the worst malice in human nature. People who lost their humanity in the apocalypse were more terrifying than the apocalypse itself. Hiroshi raised his head, his eyes blending with the darkness of the night. Slowly, for words escaped his lips. Annihilate them all.